Iranians and Arabs share several similarities that can lead to confusion between the two groups. Both cultures are part of the Middle East. They share the use of the Arabic script in their writing systems. Both groups also predominantly follow Islam, with Iranians mainly adhering to Shia Islam and Arabs primarily following Sunni Islam. And they're all rich in oil, seemingly hate America, and look pretty similar as well. Hollywood movies and Western media have occasionally depicted Iranian characters speaking Arabic or portraying Iranian culture with stereotypical Arab elements, such as traditional Arab attire. If you call an Iranian Arab in Iran, you'll find yourself being strangled like Bart Simpson. This is akin to someone visiting Ukraine and saying, "This is my first visit to Russia, and I am very impressed." However, Iranians, also known as Persians, and Arabs are two distinct ethnic groups with different languages, cultures, and historical backgrounds. Persians speak Farsi, an Indo-European language, while Arabs speak Arabic, a Central Semitic language. So the Persian language is more like cousins to English, French, and German rather than Arabic. On the other hand, Arabs speak Arabic, which is part of the Semitic language family. This family includes languages such as Hebrew, Aramaic, and Amharic, and has its origins in Western Asia and North Africa. Persian speakers are mainly found in Iran, whereas Arabic speakers are spread across 22 countries in the Middle East and North Africa with a population of around 400 million people. While their alphabets are similar due to Islamic influence, the grammar structures are completely different, making mutual understanding impossible. Pronunciation differs too. Arabic sounds harsher, while Persian tends to be more poetic. Iranians and Arabs have distinct origins and histories that have shaped their identities. Historically, Persia existed as a unified polity before Islam, practicing Zoroastrianism, one of the oldest known religions. They gradually migrated to the Iranian plateau, where they established powerful empires such as the Achaemenid Empire around 550 BCE under Cyrus the Great. This empire expanded significantly, reaching all the way to Greek city-states. The famous battle depicted in the movie 300 is the Battle of Thermopylae, which took place in 480 BCE. The Persian Empire's cultural and political influence persisted through subsequent dynasties, including the Parthians and Sasanians, until the Arab conquest in the 7th century. Arab, on the other hand, have been inhabitants of the Arabian Peninsula and surrounding regions for thousands of years. Back then, Arabs were mostly pagan, Christians, or Jews before converting to Islam. The spread of Islam in the 7th century, originating from the Arabian Peninsula, significantly shaped Arab identity and led to the establishment of the vast Islamic caliphates. The religious divide further deepens, with most Iranians becoming Shia Muslims and most Arabs being Sunni Muslims. The religious divide between Shia and Sunni Muslims started after the death of the Prophet Muhammad in 632 AD. The main issue was about who should lead the Muslim community. Sunnis believed that the leader, or caliph, should be chosen by consensus among the Muslim community. So they said anyone can be a successor and supported Abu Bakr, a close companion of Muhammad, as the first caliph. On the other hand, Shias believed that leadership should stay within the Prophet's family, supporting Ali, Muhammad's cousin and son-in-law, as the rightful successor. This disagreement led to a split, and over time, these differences grew, leading to distinct religious practices, beliefs, and political tensions. Iran often appears in the news as a hardline Islamic state, but Iran's practice of Islam is more liberal compared to other Arab countries. In Iran, women can drive, work in various professions, and attend universities. Iranian women can hold public office and have served as members of parliament and vice presidents. Before the 1979 Islamic Revolution, Iranian women wore miniskirts. Even now, while women are required to wear a hijab, the enforcement can be relatively relaxed compared to countries like Saudi Arabia. Women often wear colorful and loose-fitting scarves rather than full abayas or niqabs. This religious difference has been a significant source of tension, especially after the Islamic Revolution in Iran in 1979. Politically, relations have been strained due to various conflicts, such as the Iran-Iraq War and the rivalry between Iran and Saudi Arabia for regional dominance. The rivalry between Iran and Saudi Arabia is a central aspect of their political relations. The two countries have since engaged in a series of proxy wars, including in Syria and Yemen, where they support opposing factions. Saudi Arabia accuses Iran of backing the Houthi rebels in Yemen, while Iran criticizes Saudi military intervention in the region. Iran and Arab countries have experienced numerous other conflicts and shifting alliances. One of the earliest significant conflicts was the Iran-Iraq War from 1980 to 1988, which resulted in over 1 million casualties and deepened the divide between Iran and many Arab states that supported Iraq. This war was framed as an Arab versus Persian conflict and exacerbated anti-Arab sentiments in Iran. Economic factors play a significant role in the relations between Iran and Arab countries, particularly concerning oil and natural resources. Oil is a critical economic asset for both Iran and Arab states, shaping their economic interests and conflicts. Saudi Arabia and Iran are two of the largest oil producers in the world. The Darash gas field in the Persian Gulf is a point of contention between Iran, Kuwait, and Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia holds approximately 17% of the world's proven oil reserves, while Iran has around 10% of the global reserves. This abundance of oil has made both countries key players in the global energy market. The rivalry between Iran and Saudi Arabia often manifests in their oil production strategies. For instance, during periods of international sanctions on Iran, Saudi Arabia has increased its oil production to fill the gap left by reduced Iranian exports. In 2018, after the Trump administration reimposed sanctions on Iran, Saudi oil production rose to over 12.2 million barrels per day, while Iranian production fell to 4.7 million barrels per day. External powers, such as the United States and Russia, also play crucial roles in these tensions. The United States has traditionally supported Saudi Arabia and Israel, while imposing sanctions on Iran to curb its nuclear program and regional influence. Conversely, Russia has strengthened its ties with Iran, providing military and technical support, and has a significant presence in Syria. Despite these conflicts, there have been periods of cooperation. For instance, during the 1990s, Iran and Saudi Arabia briefly improved relations, particularly after both countries condemned Iraq's invasion of Kuwait in 1990. Iran also maintains positive relations with some Arab countries, such as Iraq, Syria, and Lebanon. Iran's support for the Assad regime in Syria and Hezbollah in Lebanon highlights its strategic alliances. This support has allowed Iran to maintain a strategic foothold in the Levant, countering Israeli and U.S. interests in the region. Iran's involvement in Syria has been particularly significant, as it has helped the Assad regime regain control over much of the country after years of civil war. The recent normalization of relations between Iran and some Arab states, such as Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates, marks a shift in regional dynamics. These countries have reopened embassies and engaged in economic and cultural exchanges, aiming to reduce tensions and foster stability. However, the potential for conflict remains, especially with ongoing issues like Iran's nuclear program and the war in Palestine. Will Iran and Arab countries ever become friends? It's unlikely, given their centuries-long history of religious conflicts and the complex dynamics in the Middle East that continue to create divisions. That's all I have for today. If you made it this far, please hit the like and subscribe button. I'll see you next time.